All right, good morning. So it is 9 o'clock and I'm all about just staying on time. So we're gonna get started. If others jump in or watch the recording, awesome. My name is Ezra Loveland. I serve as the Assistant Director for Admissions and Records at Illinois Valley Community College. And I'm also a proud Transfer Advisory Committee member. So if any of you are interested in joining the Transfer Advisory Committee, please let any of our members know or simply send an email and let us know that you'll be interested. We do a lot of great things and this is just one of them. So we're trying this out. We're calling this the Find Out More Friday series, and we figured many of us, and I know especially for our institution, marketing and getting some of your information out there is critical and important. So I am a avid user for Canva, so I figured I'd share just a little bit of how I use it and maybe it could help you. So first things first, creating a Canva account. If you have no idea what that entails, that's going to be one of the first things I'll show you. This is a simple overview. So these are the points that I'll go ahead and touch on. The second piece is understanding Canva's homepage. So navigating, kind of seeing what you should be looking at. The third piece is, thinking about different ways to create a design. And so I'll show you what I've done in the past, but also, for instance, if someone in your office or your boss is asking you, hey, we need a Facebook ad or an Instagram, something or other, or a flyer, what you can do on the fly. And then how to edit and download your design. And then we'll open it up for questions if anybody has any. But even if something pops up, feel free to submit something through the chat feature. All right, so let's create. Woo! All right, so we are now on the home page. And as you can see, this might look a little different just because I have an account. But if you ever want to create an account, it's fairly easy. It's just an email and password. I will say, because I love Canva so much, we have the pro account. So that might be something that your institution might be interested in. I believe it's $100 a year, but totally worth it. So you'll see that has all your information for account settings, and then a sweet little button that says create a design. But what I really like about the homepage here is that it kind of shows you and breaks things up based on maybe what you need or want to design. The other nice thing on the homepage is if you continue to scroll down, they already have templates ready for you, and they're beautiful. They look very professional. And then let's see if I go home. Usually all of my designs would pop up too, but I'm not seeing it, but that's okay. So let me get this. I have a lot of things moving and grooving in here. So here's just one example of how I've used Canva. So one of my roles is to coordinate open house at our campus. So trying to make something that looks really brand defined is important for us. So this is actually something I need to update. And so I was going to show you what that might look like when, crunch time, this event's next Wednesday, and I need to update this. And that's the beauty of Canva, is that I had this for last summer. And guess what? All I have to do is change, the date. And did you see, if you notice, I just clicked in. It's very easy where you can just click in and make edits. What I will share is that, it might take some time to add these various text boxes, but we'll get into that. So let me get back into it's crunch time. You have no idea what you want to do, but you've been asked to do. an online learning or an online promo or something like that. So what's nice is when you select that you want to create something, I should probably start from the beginning. So say, for instance, you're asked to do a Facebook post. Let's click on that. And the beauty on the left side here is that there's already just some beautiful designs pre-created for you. But let's say you want to know something about online learning that you need to do like a promotion for. And again, this could be a variety of different things, which I'll show you in a bit. But you want something kind of clean, gets to the point, and can post on your social media platform. As you can see, there's all sorts of different things on here. So I really like this one. It's very simple. And I feel as if I can just add my branding onto this. And that's the beauty of, again, Canva, is that you can upload branding, logos, anything like that. So you'll see on the left here, I have a couple of things that I've, asked marketing or graphic designers to help me with to create what we would need to move forward with our branding. So what's so simple and easy is that I can just, move that over. You can kind of see where Canva's like, where do you want to put it? It kind of wants you to put it somewhere where there's already a graphic, but you can easily move it around, see where you want to put it, and make edits. So I really don't like that one. So I'll move over and make it a little bit more simpler, do something like that. And then these aren't really my colors. So the other benefit is that you can upload all the colors for your institution. So as you can see, IVCC colors were up here. These were the ones that we were working with originally. And now that we're working on updating our brand, these are now the colors that I can use. And they're very specific. So you can ask your graphic designer marketing team, what are these hex numbers? And they can provide you that information. So you can use the appropriate purple or whatever color you might be able to, or that you'd want to use. So as I'm going in here, you can quickly just update any of this text. Say, for instance, you know what, I don't even want that text. You can go ahead and just delete it. And so that makes it kind of simple when you're kind of figuring out what you want on your flyer or anything that you're thinking of. So I'm going to try to get rid of a lot of the stuff that I don't really care for. I do like the font that is used already, but you know what? Maybe you have to use a specific font. This is where you could go ahead and look at all the various fonts. We are told that we need to use like Big Shoulders Display is a font, and then Lato. So that might be another thing where you have to have a conversation with your marketing team, graphic designers, to see, is this in line with my branding of the institution? One thing that we're also kind of specific on, and it's great, is that we want to try to use more pictures of our students. So when I click on uploads, this allows you to upload any files, any pictures. So you can go ahead and include that in your design. So as I scroll, let's just say, we wanted to add a picture of our students. And you can notice that it's kind of cutting it off, but that's okay. You can move it around. You can also see that you can crop it in a way that, where you want your image to go ahead and showcase. This by no means is supposed to be perfect looking, but just giving you an idea of how you can move things around. Maybe we want to do that, but really we're trying to promote online learning. So maybe someone on a computer. So say, for instance, you know what, none of my pictures work. I need a picture. So Canva has that for you. So we'll put laptop. This is nice because there's no one in the picture. So I'm going to just add that, and you can kind of see how that immediately just was added on, and it looks nice. I don't really care for that. button. And so you can continue to just make more edits of whatever you want. I feel like my logo is a little too big. And you know what if I wanted to just kind of, you can see how I'm kind of making it, the transparency lighter, so it's not like in your face. So there's a lot of fun things up here on the toolbar that you'll see where it helps you kind of figure out transparency. You could add links to it. You can do all sorts of fun things. You can even edit the actual image. I try not to fidget too much with that, because then 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and you're just like, oh my gosh, this doesn't even look like the right picture. So it's very simple where you can go ahead and continue to make various edits. But again, this would be like a Facebook post. So we could say, online classes, or let's say register today. And then down here, we could say something about find out more about our online course offerings. And then this is where you get to like change the font size, and kind of go from there. But that's kind of quick and easy. You could throw on a link in here if you're just not feeling that. Continue to just delete and get rid of things that you just don't really care for. But that's just how simple it can be in creating something. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show some of the things that I've done, and it's transfer specific. So one of my roles at the institution was to coordinate transfer events. And so this is an older, obviously last fall, but it's kind of nice because it allowed me to put a lot of content. I know there's a lot of words. I'm not proud of that, but it's something that students can walk away with like the first day of classes or whatever it might be, and know what's going on. And there's a little bit of a descriptor. There's a lot of information. Again, I'm sure if a graphic designer saw this, they'd be like, ooh, too much. But it allowed me again to highlight the various things that we had going on at the campus. So when it comes to something like this, say for instance, I need to do something like this for spring. The nice thing is if you go to File and then make a copy. Sometimes it doesn't want pop-ups, but it's okay. There it is. It's showing that this is a copy of my fall 2021 transfer events. So simply just make that fall 22, or let's do spring 23. And then this is again where you can just start editing everything that you want to change. Super easy. So I guess the other big tip is that once you work on something and you kind of finesse it and make it what you want, you can continue to repeat using that document. And so it's as easy as going in here and changing again the content that you want to update. So I think that's kind of fun. Maybe changing the logos, like I mentioned, you can always do that and throw something else in, but you can see how easy that is. And if you ever used InDesign, that's a nightmare. This is, again, you can move things around. It's very easy, but say for instance, oh gosh, what happened? Just undo and it's right there. Very, very easy. Let's go into, let me show you kind of what everything looks like then when you just use Canva all the time. I'm going to go into my recent designs. And you can kind of see that when you start using Canva quite a bit, it has everything that you've ever used or done or created. And so it allows you to go back in and change things. But we usually use it for our offices. For instance, I had mentioned we are hosting our open house coming up, and this is our postcard. So you can create and make postcards very easy. Like I mentioned, you can change anything. I'm a big fan of QR codes. And so anytime we need one, I'll go ahead and just upload a QR code. You'll see all of that up there. And then when I'm ready, I simply just go print postcards. It kind of guides you to what they're asking for you to select. But what's crazy is, I'll order 1,000 and look at the price tag, 170. That's not bad at all. And again, it'll continue to show you what you need to do to continue to make the purchase. It even guides you to make edits. So say, for instance, here, it's like, oh, that's kind of getting to the cutoff point. So go ahead and make the adjustments necessary. You can look up here. And then I'll continue to give you more, thoughts of, hey, make sure this is what you want before you make the purchase. I'm not going to continue on just because we already ordered these, but that's one way that you can go ahead and design something and then print and download that. Now, say for instance, we'll use my agenda that I made for, let's see, where did it go? This is what happens too. You create so many things and then you lose your tabs of where you were, but that's okay. Let's see. We'll just use, you want to make sure you're getting out of the one that you were working on. So let's say that this is all updated and I'm ready to go. I'm going to send this to the printing office, and I can go ahead and go under download, and it allows you to figure out which file type. So PDF is my best friend. I'll go ahead, you can add all of those, you can change any of this stuff. We've created our view book in this program. So when we had to share it with the printing press company, they asked for crop marks and bleed. I had no idea what that meant, but when I started to work more and more, I selected that and I felt super cool. I felt like a graphic designer. But anyway, they might ask you for that if you end up getting some of your stuff printed professionally. So you just download, wait for it to pop up, and you can attach it and it's ready to go. It's a PDF, and again, it's allowed us to do a lot of really cool things, and there it is. It's allowed us to just make things look really clean, on brand, and it's just so simple doing that. So I wanted to show one more thing before we bounce. So the other thing with the Pro account is that you can resize any of your various designs. So say, for instance, someone wants not only a Facebook post, but they also want it as a story, or, I mean, the list goes on, as you can see. Maybe you want a flyer and you're just not seeing it. You can just type in flyer. Let's see. I mean, there's so much. A portrait, flyer, let's just do that. And my Mac doesn't like the pop-ups. And you can see how it just, boom, formatted as a flyer. This is where you get to play around, add more information if that's what you want to do, change things around. Again, this is not my design, and that's the best part of it, is that you can even go into the sidebar here and add more elements. And that's a really nice piece. So again, if you wanted to add another picture, or I'm a big fan of infographics. If I can spell. So there's just, again, the list goes on. There's tons of things out here that you can continue to add. But just wanted to show that you can resize really any kind of thing that you design, and it just adds to your library of items that you can use for the future. So with that, does anyone have any questions? You can submit them through the chat. If not, I'm just super excited that you guys were able to join today and watch this. I know that we'll be continuing this series every so often. So I think the next one will be in December. So you can check for an invite on that. And maybe there is something else that you might want to see that, I could show in the future. Like I said, we used Canva as our platform to create a view book. So that was awesome. But let's see, we have something. Have you ever recorded a video with Canva? Oh, that's a great question. I haven't. One of my students has had, let's see, they've created like animated stories for social media. And I just haven't like really worked through that yet. I'm kind of excited to see what other options and things you can do, but this is kind of the foundational piece. I do want to showcase how awesome this view book is, though, in case you are like thinking, maybe you need something for your department or office. But this is essentially what we created and started off with. So you can see there's a lot of elements, but once you kind of get a foundational template, this is something we'll be able to update in the future and kind of go from what we had and continue to make changes to the pictures and whatnot. So really proud of that piece. And that's pretty much it. If you have any other questions or even have ideas, I'd love to hear from you all. And you can always email me. I'm part of the transfer advisory committee. So thank you for joining. I'll wait maybe 1 or 2 more minutes in case there's any other questions, but Canva's awesome. I can't talk enough about Canva. I think there's like a running joke on campus because if there's ever a question, people are like, ask Ezra. But you can see, I've done anything from making agendas for our high school visits, just so that, again, they look clean. I've done something where I've helped our financial aid kind of make their products and really anything that they need updated. We even created banners. Let me see if I can pull that up. Those like pop-up banners, the really big ones. I did have some help with this, our graphic designer, but this is essentially the design that we used. And then actually, that's not the final one. This is our final one. So you can see that we added QR codes, but you can see also where we started. We were kind of just seeing what would this look like. And then some of more of our experts in visual and editing kind of helped me figure out this filtering. So again, if you have an idea of something and you want to get started, maybe you do have graphic designers on campus and this is where the idea came from. You can have them look at it and then you can go ahead and either print from here or send it to someone like a professional printing business to get that done. But they look great and we're very happy with them. So this is our way of getting by when you don't really have a marketing department or specific, marketing individuals on campus. Here's another question. Did you have to go through an approval process to use Canva at the school? No. And I'm thinking maybe because we just don't have the staffing or really, like I said, a designated like marketing person. So I think there was a little bit of flexibility. I will say now that the admissions office has been using Canva quite a bit. It's now opened the door for many other offices, and therefore needing a brand guide, which is great because we did need a brand guide. But that is where more conversations are happening in regards to, can you use this logo? What kind of colors can you use? And other offices are now then purchasing their own Canva account so that, like, for instance, our account doesn't get cluttered with maybe something from tutoring and something from the College of, the Humanities and Fine Arts. So that's kind of where we're headed. But it's great to be that one person if you can start getting people on board just to make everything look seamless and on brand. Great question. Like I said, if you have any other specific questions, really great account information on here too. It breaks down how much things are for you. Like I mentioned, billing, let's see right here. Yep, $99 for a year. And you can also check out your purchase history. So you can see that we, again, love spending tons of money on all various things here. But you can also, say for instance, need to redo a reprint of that financial aid trifold. You can go ahead, view all the details and kind of go from there. But it really has saved us quite a bit of money, just because I think we tried going through Vistaprint in the beginning. We also try to work with some of our local printing places too. So yeah. And it looks like Canva Teams accounts can also be a great option. So different offices can share design. Oh, absolutely. I love when people share designs. So I didn't really go into that, but like I said, there are tons of opportunities to do things in the actual, like in your accounts, and then just the sharing and creating all this. Yeah, I feel like I could even be even more of an expert if I took some time to look at the various things here on the left side and kind of working through that. But that looks like we are just making, getting into 9:30 really. So thank you again for joining. And if you have any other ideas of what we could share for, Find Out More Fridays, that would be great. And if there's any other questions, you know how to reach me, Ezra at Loveland. Have a great day, everyone.